In this Tech Talk, I'm speaking with Craig Sauser, president of JLS Automation, and we will be discussing JLS View technology. Craig, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Joni. Happy to be here.
So JLS View is a mixed reality monitoring technology that sort of allows you to provide customer service, support, and training remotely in real time, right?
Exactly. Yes, it does.
Okay, so this sounds like something that is pretty important in today's bakery environment. So first, I kind of want to talk about the current state of the industry. You know, we all know COVID has impacted bakery operations and suppliers' ability to interact with their customers face to face. So can you first just talk to me about what you've experienced with your customers lately?
Yeah, lately it's been very frustrating. It's somewhat of a regression to 2020 and those bad memories of when this whole outbreak started and we couldn't go see customers. We weren't even sure we could go service equipment. We had startups delayed, et cetera. And, you know, we're back at that now. And of course, it's additionally compounded with not only access, but we have to be sending people in many cases that are vaccinated, have proof of that, maybe proof of a negative test. So access has gotten challenging once again.
Right. And I'm guessing that with these proof of negative tests, that actually can create a delay where you have to maybe wait several days to even know if you can or can't go into a facility, right?
Yeah, exactly. We had a very large customer this week announce that initially they said it had to be a PCR test. Now they're saying, okay, it can be a rapid test, but you know, it's certainly going to delay things. And it was interesting, as soon as they made that statement to us in an email, they followed it up with another statement that, but look, we're aware of your JLS View technology, and there's no reason we can't be using that more extensively. So it was a great endorsement for what we're doing.
Okay, that's awesome. And that's a great segue to my next question. And that is really talking about JLS View and how it's helped alleviate some of those stresses, because it's stressful for you, but it's stressful for the baker too. How is JLS View alleviating those stresses with their needs for training and troubleshooting while minimizing risk in their bakery?
Right. And I probably should mention that, you know, we started using this technology and developing it prior to the whole COVID epidemic or pandemic occurring, but it really has become fortuitous for us to have this tool available. So, you know, it allows us to somewhat instantly connect with the baker at, you know, their support folks, even their operators on the floor, looking at the equipment directly and interacting with them real time, speaking to them, listening to them, doing everything other than, you know, moving their hands for them to help them troubleshoot an issue or get training. Or we have used it very extensively for virtual tours of our facility, because not only can we not go there in many cases, they can't come here either. So it's been a really helpful tool.
You know, I've been having a lot of these types of conversations lately that this education need and this evolution in our industry, it's very complex. And on one hand, we have the old school bakers who are very skilled and educated in the process, but very hesitant to take on this new technology. And then we have younger employees who are very tech savvy, who don't know the industry very well. How is this technology helping streamline the learning, no matter what end of the spectrum a baker is on?
Yeah, well, we've had, because, you know, we're not just automation, we're robotics. So, you know, people sometimes, especially some of the old school folks, would cringe when they heard robot and, oh my, we're never going to be able to support that. And that was, in fact, one of the reasons we went to the use of this JLS View, to help ease that worry and that concern, and, you know, validate that, look, we can help you very quickly. They don't have to have a highly trained person on their end with this tool. We can literally turn an operator into a maintenance person for a short period of time. And that's the real win.
So you mentioned JLS's expertise in robotics. So this is only an element of the customer support for all the things that JLS provides. So can you just tell me really quickly how this JLS View can integrate with all of your products, like cartoning solutions and case packing solutions and things like that?
Yeah, and we use it on single robot installations where, it's a small customer site and they don't have anybody that's really qualified to support this in a full sense, to very, very large facilities that, there's 20, 30 robots on a line and they're just nervous and, how can we take care of them? So it's been a really simple tool to use. It's a Microsoft product. It interfaces basically like a Teams meeting. It is a Teams meeting. So there's not a steep learning curve. And even there, all we have to do is get somebody to put it on and we can start interfacing to them and get them started in how to use the JLS View technology.
Can you talk about what exactly mixed reality means?
It's mixed or augmented in the sense that you're not being put into some chamber or artificial room like you are with virtual reality in a sort of a false environment. This is interactive in the truest sense. We're seeing what you're seeing, we're hearing what you hear, we can communicate, and you're perfectly safe to walk around. I wear these on virtual tours of our facility and I'm not, banging into walls or anything like that. In fact, there's a new software product that we've just started investigating that would be used for training and for, I'll call it acclimating operators and a plant to a new line. So we can take our equipment, our models of our system and basically create a digital twin. We can put that with the use of this HoloLens on the floor in the plant where it's going to go virtually and walk them through the line long before they ever actually receive the equipment. Very, very cool stuff.
This is a prime example of how the changes of the past 2 years are really creating something that we're not going to go back to pre-pandemic. We're moving forward and we're doing things differently. And I think this technology is a huge example of that. So I guess my last question would be, how would a baker go about taking the first step to getting in touch with JLS and testing out this technology and seeing if it's right for them?
www.jlsautomation.com. There's a sales button there and just shoot us a quick email. And the second step would be to set up a virtual tour and literally have them interact with one of us and give them a tour of the plant, show them equipment, and they get a firsthand experience how this stuff works. We have never demonstrated this to someone that they didn't say, I want that and I want it tomorrow.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, this is so exciting, Craig. I've really enjoyed talking to you and learning about how JLS is taking training and maintenance into the future. So thank you so much for joining me on this Tech Talk and sharing this information with me.
You're quite welcome, Joni. You bet.